July 2nd, 1955. Pan Am Flight 914 takes off from New York, heading for Miami. On board are 57 passengers and 4 crew members. It's a routine 3-hour flight. Then it vanishes from radar. No distress call, no wreckage, nothing. For 37 years, the plane and everyone on it are simply gone. Then, on September 11th, 1992, the exact same plane lands in Caracas, Venezuela. The pilot's voice cracks over the radio, filled with confusion and fear. "Where the hell are we? We just left New York in 1955. Welcome to Mystery of Alt Crime, where we unlock the cases the world can't explain." If you love the mysteries that keep you up at night, like the unsolved case of D.B. Cooper or the chilling fate of the Dyatlov Pass hikers, then hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. A new vault opens every Wednesday and Sunday, revealing another puzzle that defies logic. Today, we're delving into the story of Pan Am Flight 914, the flight that traveled through time. The morning of July 2nd, 1955 was a normal summer day at Idlewild Airport, now known as JFK. The aircraft was a DC-4 registration N914, captained by Robert Smith, an experienced pilot with thousands of hours in the air. The flight was uneventful for the first hour. At 9:55 a.m., Captain Smith made his last radio message. His voice calm and professional. "Everything is fine, descending to 8,000 feet. After that, complete and utter silence." Controllers tried to re-establish contact, but there was no response. The plane had simply disappeared from their screens. A massive search and rescue operation was launched immediately. The Coast Guard and Navy scoured the Atlantic for weeks, covering hundreds of thousands of square miles. But they found nothing. No oil slick, no floating debris, no life rafts, no bodies. It was as if the sky had swallowed the plane whole. Theories about the Bermuda Triangle, a region notorious for unexplained disappearances, started to circulate almost immediately. With no evidence to go on, the case was eventually closed. Pan Am Flight 914 and its 61 souls were officially declared presumed lost at sea. The families grieved, memorials were held, and life moved on. The world forgot, until 37 years later. Fast forward to September 11th, 1992, in the Air Traffic Control Tower in Caracas, Venezuela. A controller named Juan de la Corte stares at his screen in disbelief. A blip has appeared out of nowhere. An unidentified aircraft, not on any scheduled flight plan, is approaching their airspace. It doesn't respond to initial calls. Then, the plane circles the airport once before making a surprisingly smooth landing, completely without clearance. Ground crews rush to the scene, and what they see is baffling. Parked on their modern runway is a propeller-driven Pan Am DC-4, an aircraft that hadn't been in commercial service for decades. The paint is pristine, the Pan Am logo shining as if it had just left the factory that morning. The pilot opens his cockpit window and waves a small, spiral-bound flight log at the stunned ground staff. He shouts, his voice a mix of anger and confusion. It says 1992. This is impossible. The cabin door opens, and the passengers begin to step out onto the tarmac. They are a living time capsule. The men are dressed in suits and fedoras, the women in conservative dresses and hats, their hairstyles straight out of the 1950s. One woman's wristwatch is frozen, its hands still pointing to the exact time of the plane's disappearance on July 2nd. 1955, a little girl clutches a doll from that era, its condition perfect, not aged a single day. The airport manager, who later gave a sworn testimony, said, "They looked terrified when they saw the date on our calendar. They were expecting to be in sunny Miami, but they had landed in a different country, in a different century." The evidence they brought with them was what truly broke reality. The pilot's flight log, which he handed over, ended mid-sentence on July 2nd, 1955. Every passenger's identification, their tickets. The newspapers they were carrying all dated 1955, and all crisp and new, not faded or yellowed by time. In one of the most surreal moments, a passenger, looking bewildered at a television screen in the terminal, recognized his own daughter giving an interview. But she was now a middle-aged woman, 40 years older than the last time he saw her. The ground crew, realizing the historic impossibility of the event, began taking photographs of the plane and the passengers. According to reports, these photos were later confiscated by government officials. The Venezuelan authorities, overwhelmed and unsure how to handle a situation that defied all known laws of physics, decided to refuel the aircraft. Then, in a decision that remains controversial to this day, they allowed the plane to take off again. As controllers and airport staff watched, Pan Am Flight 914 ascended into the clouds. And just like it did 37 years prior, it vanished from radar for a second and final time. So what really happened to Flight 914? Over the years, countless theories have emerged, each trying to explain the impossible. The most popular is the idea of a time slip or a wormhole, perhaps connected to the mysterious energy of the Bermuda Triangle. Did the plane fly through a crack in space-time only to emerge decades later? Another theory suggests it was a secret US military time travel experiment that went horribly wrong, accidentally snaring a civilian airliner in its wake. Some researchers point to the possibility of a parallel universe crossover, where a version of Flight 914 from another reality briefly intersected with our own. And of course, on forums like Reddit, the theory of alien intervention is a common favorite. Did an extraterrestrial force abduct the plane, holding it in stasis for 37 years before returning it? The official explanation, if you can call it that, is that the entire event was an elaborate hoax. But if it was a hoax, it was a perfect one. No one has ever been able to explain where they found a pristine DC-4 from the 1950s, or how they coached dozens of actors to be so convincingly terrified, or why none of the passengers or crew have ever come forward to expose the story. 37 years disappeared in the blink of an eye. The plane, the crew, the passengers all were returned exactly as they were in 1955, untouched by the passage of time. To this day, no wreckage from the original 1955 disappearance has ever been found. And as for Pan Am Flight 914, it was never seen again after that second takeoff from Caracas. What do you think happened? Did it travel through time, or is there a more down-to-earth explanation? Comment your best theory below. The most compelling one gets a pinned comment. And don't forget to subscribe for more impossible mysteries from the vault. This is Mystery Vault Crime, reminding you that some flights were never meant to land.